Get in trouble, you just want to get in trouble. Do the hustle, everybody do the hustle. Get in trouble, you just love to get in trouble. Do the hustle, everybody do the hustle.
Good game, good guys. I interrupted you, but yes.
Yeah. No problem. And like,
because you got the details.
You got the
deets.
And they pulled inspiration also from Fight Club because they were like
Fight Club.
Yeah, a bit because it was a very anti-establishment movie, right? And that's what
you are not your
to do
fucking
a bit.
cockies.
Yeah.
Professor K. Quote DJ Professor K says, "You are not your fucking cockies."
Yeah.
Slide.
They didn't want to make a hero that like just has like, oh, it's tragic, let's follow what he does, you know. They wanted to have an icon.
Okay.
That's what they tried to do with this game. Something that would influence people. Some characters that would become symbols. Counterculture, exactly.
But graffiti is a crime. Never do graffiti. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah.
Only do it in our video game.
They had to do it because they didn't want people to go and vandalizing stuff. You know, when that game was released in the US, they were supposed to have a graffiti event in San Francisco, and the mayor was like, no, fuck, shut that shit down. And Sega was like, well, no, fuck you, we got the permits.
Yeah.
And the mayor had to hold that. Willie Brown, I think. So yeah, eat your own Willie. Like, hold that.
He tried to shut down the promotional event to
Yeah, but
it was like
worked
those graffiti in sanctioned areas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he was like, you guys are doing this right next to an area where we don't want people to vandalize with graffitis. We're trying actively to make people stop doing graffitis because it's vandalism.
Dude.
And Sega was like, it's art, motherfucker.
Yeah, like if you got the permits, you got the permits, man.
permits.
So one of the coolest things, if you ever visit Amsterdam, is on the way in from the airport, there's a train that you take into the city.
Okay.
And as you're driving through into the city, you actually get to see like what amounts to miles of graffiti, because the next to the train tracks there's tons and tons of wall and these fences, and you can see all these containers and walls and storage units marked up with amazing graffiti, and it goes on forever, you know. And I mean, when the train slows down, you get a better look at it, obviously. But like, it's one of the coolest things about going into the city is like just seeing all the graffiti, which at this point is like it's a part of the identity. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get rid of that at this point. Yeah. These levels, by the way, when we talk about dated jank, this is a little bit of some of the downside, unfortunately, with the gameplay. But so these missions are, you have to chase the gangs around, right? So the way you actually beat a gang is after you've humiliated them and tagged all over their tags.
Come here.
You've got to literally chase them down and spray your tag on their backs, right? And you have to do it by getting up behind them within really close proximity, and they all have set patterns that they're on. But like, you have to mash spray and fucking, get it in there until eventually they stop moving. But it's not fantastic, you know what I mean? Like, getting the hang of moving and whatnot, like, makes it a lot easier. But if you touch them, you get hit.
Oh, shit.
So you can't get too close to actually hit them. Otherwise, you take damage. You have to float, you have to match speed with target. You know, as if you were playing like an X-Wing versus fucking TIE Fighter game. And then mash the spray button. But the spray button doesn't always, like, get lock onto them. It's a feature of the game that was not, like, intended. You were meant to spray surfaces, not people. But nonetheless, there's a couple of mandatory spray them missions in the game, and you know, once you learn the patterns, they're not as bad, but they're pretty rough, all in all. But I do like embarrassing the fuck out of the gangs by tagging them, literally tagging the individuals as well.
Ruthless.
They now belong to you. Their asses are quite literally yours. You've put your name on it.
Yep.
And they're not even trying to fight back because they're too scared of the GGs. Tab is coming for you. My name is Korn. Anyway. Yeah, like you see, like, okay, so you see how the camera's shaking and shaking and shaking?
Yeah.
That's me, I'm mashing the fucking spray button there. But what's happening is, and when you also hit the spray button, it recorrects the camera.
Okay, yeah.
It changes the angle, right? Thank fucking God for this PC port, because it adds the ability to rotate the camera as well.
Nice.
You're done.
Yeah, the camera was a big
The
problem
camera
back in
was
the days.
rough,
Yeah.
and you had to hit the spray button to just get a random angle. You don't know what angle you're gonna get, but it's gonna be like, change the angle. If you don't like what you're seeing, try another one. Find another way, you know? But then, yes, this port added the ability to rotate that camera on your left stick, which you didn't, I don't believe you always had that ability, so maybe I'm remembering it correctly, but camera was, definitely an issue sometimes.
People complained a lot about that at the beginning.
It's unfortunately part of the jank, you know?
Well, there was no second stick on Dreamcast, right?
You had your
You had the D-pad, and the
D-pad,
joystick.
you had your stick, and you had your 4 buttons.
Exactly. So they had
There was no
adjust the
camera
on
rotation.
the-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, and D-pad was not doing camera play. You know. Yeah.
You see that design, like Ueda and all his friends when they were working on Panzer and all these games. He also worked on Fantasy Star Online,
PSO.
and he was like, "This game will not have any fucking spiky-haired yellow cloud Dragon Ball characters."
Yeah.
He said, I don't want that shit.
That's super true.
Yeah.
The closest thing you have to that would be Beat, and they made
even then.
Beat very like Beat to me is like the only member of the GGs that it's like, hey, if you're a normal Japanese kid, you can be Beat.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be anyone else because everyone else is way too extreme in their looks. But you can be Beat, and you can not upset society too much because you can take those glasses off and go to school when you need to, you know? Yeah, it's kind of funny because, like, yeah, you're totally right. Like, everyone has some kind of headwear or something that's kind of, like, restricting the big anime hair. That was a conscious decision.
And one of the pictures that Ueda had that motivated the art style in the game was he did this drawing of a punk character with headphones and rollerblades. And that's all he had. And he was like, let's build the
From
game
this.
idea from this. It has to have this spirit behind it.
Yes, I love that. So,
It was greatly influenced by like USA skating and the graffiti culture. And also the city, all the bridges that are around.
So quite a few games have that, what you just mentioned, about one image to start with, and then we build from that, right? And one famous one is Eco, right? Was like, they had an
dolphin?
not Echo, the dolphin.
Okay, never mind.
Ico.
I see.
Yes. They had an image of a boy and a girl holding hands in a labyrinth,
Oh,
right? And they're just them and the silhouettes of a boy and girl holding hands lost in a labyrinth, and that's all they had. And then they took that and turned that famously into the game.
wow.
You know, so that's oftentimes a really cool place to go, is to like start with a concept and build off of it. And like, this game is like, yeah, some street punk with headphones on, skates, right, with spray paint in his hand. And it's like, that's the whole game. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's every element, you know? You pull all of those 3 things or 4 things out, and then you get what this becomes. God fucking damn it, this guy is really just, he's grinding my gears.
He's all blue and shit. Like, no.
This noise tank is grinding, he's jet grinding my gears.
Yo, he just jumped over you.
Disrespect.
Yo, dunk. Okay.
Hold up. Wow. Catch this reboot logo, though. Catch this fucking reboot logo. Reboot's coming. You can't run. You can't hide. Oh! So, I don't know if you know about it as well, but like, so here's another thing you guys are gonna see here is the music mixing in this game is very dynamic in the sense that like the playlists, that motherfucker in the way, I swear, every time. The playlists, right, will go through the different tracks, and they'll do that Jet Set Radio, like interstitial, right? As like it's almost like the radio marquee, right? The bumper. But what it also does is dynamically mixes 2 tracks together with a transition.
Yeah.
So you'll see like you'll hear the end of one song, and like cut into another as if you were doing it fucking Funkmaster Flex style, right? And it'll straight up like cut the two together and then back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and sweet soul brother, you know, like
Sweet soul brother.
like they completely have a dynamic system for that is super sick that I don't think I've seen in anything else. And there we fucking go.
Finally.
I can't think of any other game that had their soundtrack do that. And despite how clunky that was still an S rank.
So let's go.
Jet Set Radio.
It's Jet Set Radio. Even if you're locked up in the joint, don't forget to turn on that radio.
Yo, it makes me want to stand with my hands crossed and just let the speakers blast until my ears hurt. Anyway, we fucking killed the noise tanks.
You hear that drum?
Hold up, though. It's the MacGuffin. It's the MacGuffin record. Yeah, so it's a piece of who knows what. Now. Fight a new arrival. Oh god, I don't want to fight you. Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo is a weirdo. Yo-Yo is so weird, but I like his hoodie though. But you know what? The problem is that he's got a Hey Arnold head. That's all. I'm like,
You don't like A. Arnold?
I like Hey Arnold, but Yo-Yo is a fucking
white
look at the
ass
football head.
Yo!
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay, you got the track going on here?
Yeah, so you
The
have to see
path?
where to go. You gotta race him, right? And this is a perfect example of these missions, like here, where you have to race them to the final destination. You cannot and will not beat this on your first try. You have to know the destination in advance,
Okay.
right? You have to know the map. You have to explore. You have to actually get to learn and internalize these maps to know where you're fucking going.
Okay.
God damn it. It's okay.
Where's he going?
Because he goes the long way sometimes, right? So he's taking the long way around like that. But it gave me a chance to catch up.
Okay.
But you have to know where you're making it, because the thing is not just a race. You have to make it to the end destination and spray.
Okay.
But how many paint cans do I have, Reggie?
None?
So where do I have to get the paint cans, Reggie?
What?
Exactly. It's a race, but you have to race and also know where to find the paint cans.
Oh man.
And then where to spray, and then the race is over.
So then like you know where to go, and then after like if you fail you can try to find a shortcut or something.
And so on and so forth.
Okay.
Exactly. So the trial and error of this game is what makes it last a little bit longer. But like knowing where they are, which I fortunately do, allows me to just get straight to it. But you have to know where to get the paint and know where to fucking spray.
Yeah, this is scary.
Excuse me. So yeah, but you're going to lose a lot constantly, you know, because the game relies on you having that. So the paint is up here. This is the only area in the game where the paint is.
Wow.
So if you try to go straight to the end goal, you're not gonna fucking get it. And there it is up there. Yeah.
Nice.
And he's not too far behind. You can hear him squeaking. But
Yes.
that's it. Reboot. Football head has joined.
I own you now. You're a GG.
Yeah, he's GG. You're now a GG. I like the hoodie though. I like the hoodie, and the shades are fine. But it just, what's going on under that fucking? Why is it so pointy?
Cranial shapes. That's a very bad thing to do there, Woolie.
It's okay.
Historically, judging people by the shape of their cranium.
Hey, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in Candyland. How about you take it easy for a minute? All right. I'm glad that now I've got your attention. I'm glad, but how about we take it fucking easy getting into that?
Okay, my bad.
Anyway, we'll give Yo-Yo a spin. We'll give Yo-Yo a spin. He's
Go
fine.
Yo-Yo.
I don't actually want to hate on anybody because this game, the fucking, it's sick. They swim and they jump and they spin in coordination.
Poison jab. Oh,
And now we gotta take them out to the sweet, sweet sounds of Super Brother.
Again, Guitar Vader.
So this is again another one of those unfortunate missions, but What's your name? Who are you?
Follow people and tag them.
Super brother. Yeah.
Yeah, this game has a lot of like close grinding elements. Like when they build the levels, they were like, you need to be able to grind on a lot of things.
Oh, everything.
Yeah,
There's
and,
traps in this level, by the way.
Oh shit.
There's like literally grates you can fall through as well. But yes.
And yeah, they try to do mixes of Japanese cities with a bit of New York.
Yes, I heard about that, right? They wanted to not just do Japan. They wanted closer urban
Exactly.
settings so that the spray painting would make more sense and the grinding would make more
Yep.
sense.
So a lot of like the bridges that you'll see like overhead on the roads in New York City,
Yes.
they really love that idea, that concept.
Oh, and I mean, Super Brother!
Super brother!
Super Brother!
You're my super Aniki! Wow, there's a lot of obstacles there.
This part of the song is very Sibo Matto. I know my chicken. We're okay. I like it. All right, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
We're good, we're good.
Yeah, they you can see how much they love that that New York thing, you know. And I remember seeing the bit where they're even like, it couldn't be LA, it couldn't be any other like American style setting. It had to be the New York specific aesthetic, you know. At least they wait for you, right? So you know where to find them, and you can hit the map to check them out every time. They'll wait for you to come get them. What's your name? Simple Plata. Of course, like as referenced earlier, but like the real anthem to the fucking Poison Jam is Too Mellow Poison Jam, a soundtrack that brings tracks into the game that, quite frankly, you'd feel like they'd be there. Like you'd feel like each one of these Rudy gangs would have their joint. You know what I mean? And I was super happy that they managed to get theirs directly in the DLC.
Yeah.
In the DLC campaign.
We got that. DLC 3. Okay, yep,
Here we go. Here's the mix. Yeah. This is it.
Hey.
Yo, it's the double brother mix-up. It's the double brother mix-up. Super Brothers into Sweet Soul Brothers. We got all the brothers. How many brothers you looking for? We got a bunch of brothers sitting right here.
And that's another
Right.
mix by Hideki Naganuma.
Yeah. Sweet Soul Brother.
I think he also goes by Skankpunk.
Oh, I was
Some
gonna say,
track.
please tell me he has a street name.
Yes, he has a street name. He goes by Skankpunk.
Skankpunk?
Yeah.
That is fucking, that's so dirty. I love it.
Fucking Naganuma.
I love it.
And this Soul Man song is a sample from, Soul Man from Sweet Charles Cherrelle. And this guy, he played drums for Jimi Hendrix.
Oh.
He got guitar lessons from Curtis Mayfield.
Oh.
Curtis Mayfield, who did like the Superfly, Superfly song, Freddy's Dead, and the Superfly movie back in
Holy
the day.
shit.
And to get the guitar lessons from Curtis Mayfield, Cheryl paid him by washing his car. Straight up, it was like, I'll wash your car, teach me how to play guitar. And Curtis was like, yeah, okay, deal.
Yo, the old days were
better.
very different. It was a very different time back then. Holy shit.
And this guy was
no
also,
Venmo.
Yeah. He was also a bassist in Aretha Franklin's backup band.
Okay.
And
So
did
he
some
was
stuff
the
for James
sweet
Brown.
He was the Sweet Soul Brother.
He was a sweet.
He was the sweet.
Yeah, and James
Super
Brown said
sweet.
that this guy brought up some new techniques to like thump and slap on his bass, and he's the guy that started this shit.
Bass slapping.
Yeah, like
Oh.
not I don't know if it's slapping, but some form of thumping that he does on the strings.
Okay.
That's the guy that started doing it and got it popularized.
Because, like, to me, a big part of why I fucking love Red Hot Chili Peppers is when that bass slapping starts going, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's good. I'm a big fucking fan of the slap ass bass, right? Spank that bass, spank it like a booty, bend it over, fucking Make the guitar
Bend
weep.
those strings.
Make the guitar weep.
Gently.
Not gently.
No.
Smack
Wild.
it. Smack it.
Another jet.
Let's get scratching. Yeah.
We'll leave your mama
Yeah.
knocking and your daddy walking. We're Tokyo's biggest, baddest buccaneers.
Damn.
We're Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio.
Boys and Jam is finished.
I had to buy thumb rings for that cosplay. I had to buy thumb rings, dude. Oh shit, who's this?
God
Is
damn.
this a real kidnapping this time? Or maybe it's just the garbage collector. That was
Ah.
one cool garbage truck, all right? There was a piece of a broken record and a mask that got left behind, and it fits perfectly with the piece from the noise tanks.
Oh, damn.
Love Shockers have
The
other piece.
MacGuffin
Guess
is
we gotta
being
ask them.
built.
Yo.